51-50 and you throw the dunk down, making it 53-50?
Really, I didn't really notice that they're on the 15 on line. I remember some subs happened. They came back. Uh, we got like a little break, and then we came back, and then we just tried to extend our lead. I knew it was a close game, and I just knew that we needed every possession. And that was just a look that we had got throughout our offense. Can I tell myself? I tell myself. I tell my myself or no?
Yeah. I mean, before at the first half, you only had 2 points. In the second half, you ended up having 14. Did you make it a point to try to get yourself more involved into the game in the second half?
Nah, I don't think I tried to score the ball like by will at all. I just try to let our offense flow, and through the flow of our offense, I was lucky to get easy looks. I was getting the ball certain times, and I just came up at the end where I made the shot. I wasn't at 100-0, but with the flow of our offense, it's just so good. It had me at the end of making a shot.
How nice is it to be a part of a team where I think you had 2 points in the first half, MJ had 2 points in the first half, and y'all still had a decently comfortable halftime lead?
This team, I think we're really deep. We got a lot of guys that can play. We had people that come off the bench that extended our lead at first. As soon as they came in, we got a lot of guys that could bring in instant offense. We got guys like Wyatt Wilkes, Nate Jack, Sadar Calhoun. We got shooters everywhere on the floor. So when they come in the game, we know it's going to be instant offense. And with this program, we have a lot of trust in our guys to make the right plays.
One thing that's been consistent about you all year is your steals total. You've gotten a lot of steals throughout the course of the season so far. Just talk about that and your emphasis on getting the opponents to turn the ball over.
My emphasis is always just try to play through my defense. I feel like I'm one of the best defenders in the country. So I just try to stay in passing lanes with the defense that Florida State put in. It just plays into the players' hands. With an eye on the ball, we're trying to get in those pass lanes, getting steals. So it helps me out as well. The program helps myself out as well, being versatile, trying to get in those passing lanes and get steals.
Hey, you're 4 games into the season. How do you feel like you're adapting to the college game?
I'd probably say I'm adapting to it game by game, getting more comfortable with the physicality, how we run the floor, what's expected throughout the game. It's going to be a dogfight throughout every game. And I'm just really still getting to know our guys, you know. We didn't really get the preseason games. I'm still getting to know them, getting the flow of the offense. So things are still coming to me every day by day.
Scottie, there was a moment
How much
there.
more comfortable do you feel playing point guard? I mean, I know it's a new role for you, 4 games now under your belt doing so.
Say that again?
How much more comfortable is the point guard position now with 4 games under your belt?
I don't really think I really pressure myself into a lot of things. Being point guard throughout like high school and things like that, I didn't always play like the 4. Usually most of the time I transitioned to the 1 throughout the game at some point to handle our team. So me transitioning to the point, it's really about getting guys involved, trying to move the ball, trying to have a great flow to the offense so it doesn't get stagnant. That's basically most of it. We're just trying to get a good flow to our offense.
Scottie, there was a moment there at I think it was the first half at the end where you made a foul like 50 feet away from the bucket. And then Anthony, MJ, and Malik came up and talked to you, and you guys seemed to have a moment where you guys were respecting each other, but talking about the moment and just what had happened. Can you speak a little bit on just that kind of respect that you have for this older team? Because you look at teams like Kentucky, and there's a bunch of freshmen trying to figure out how to play with each other, and they're really struggling. Can you just talk about that and the situation that you've kind of walked into where, you know, as a freshman future lotto pick, you're playing with a bunch of winners and a bunch of kids that have been through a lot of moments?
Yes, sir. I think a lot of this program is we all try to. One of our main emphasis going to this game was we got to be coachable. No matter if it's a coach, a player, anybody, we got to be coachable. So I feel like being with this older group, they know a lot of experience that we need to be through, a lot of things. They know a lot of things that we need to do. They have a lot of confidence in me, and they're very motivational to try to pick me up about moments when I need to be picked up. They want me to play smart out there. We just can't be giving up easy fouls because that's going to come to haunt us during the stretch of the game. So they just came to me and just told me to just, since I'm a long player, to just stay in his reach. Don't just pick up a bad foul.
Scottie, could you, I guess, walk us through that dunk you had before the shot clock? What did you see? Obviously, you hear the crowd or your bench telling you that it's running down. A lot of guys probably pull up for a contested jumper. What was going through your mind? What did you see on that play?
I think a ball screen was coming, and we talked about checking down to try to get the defender off because they were riding us all the way to the rim. I checked down, and I saw he bite it for it a little bit, so I just took it all the way down and tried to go dunk it at the rim. I didn't really know how much time was left on the clock, so I just really just took it as hard as I can down the rim and went to go dunk the ball. Since he wasn't really so tall where I couldn't get to my spot, but so I just went down there and rose up.
Scottie, can you talk about your leadership ability on the court and where that comes from?
My leadership ability, I would say, just a constant talking and practice. We all got trusted in each other. I feel like I've always been a leader, no matter what. But it's just learning how to place it into different systems and programs. You know who has like the word. Like we all learn like who has the word. We all gotta code up to certain moments. But being a leader on the floor, that's just a natural feeling.
I got about the dances and stuff like that. I don't know if you had one tonight, but I think you broke out a dance after the dunk against Florida. I think you strutted after another one. Is that just something that just is naturally how you play the game? You kind of just have fun with it and let yourself enjoy the emotion of the moment?
I have fun with the game. After that, it's just the passion brought it out. I don't know what I was really thinking, but it just happened. I wasn't really thinking. It just came out there, and the joy that I loved the game so much, it just happened.
I assume maybe the coaches said something to you about it.
They said a little word, but we ain't gonna discuss that right now.
Scottie, I want to ask one last question about when they go on that 15-0 run, the answer and response that you guys had. I guess what does that say about your team to be able to take a punch like that, get up, and then kind of put the game away?
I felt like when we came back in that huddle, we knew what we needed to do. We needed to stretch that lead out because they were coming at us pretty hard. We knew it was going to be a dogfight coming into the game. They came back at us really hard. We got a good little lead, and they closed it. So we knew after that every possession was going to count. We was going to keep pushing because it was a short game. Our coach told us before the game that ACC games are 70% of ACC games are decided by 4 points or less. The lead was like 1 or 3, and we just knew it was going to be a dogfight. We got to keep pushing throughout the lead. We needed to get stops, and we knew that every offensive possession was going to be important throughout the stretch of that game.
Hey, Scottie, this is always a question every single year. It's always a tough question. Who is the funniest person on the team?
Who was the funniest person on the team? I would probably say Sadar Calhoun. Sadar Calhoun just has a joy to himself. He's just very funny, you know. He makes a lot of jokes. He's a guy on this team that's very uplifting and brings a lot of spirit to this team.
What else said?
Thank you, Scottie.
Yeah, thank you.
you.
Don't leave, I gotta ask ask you a question real quick?